there, you are on the Power Circuit, a program brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN to keep you updated about milestones in the Nigerian electricity supply industry, NESI. Amara Agugeisi will be taking you through the reports today. Minister of Power Chief Adebayo Adelabu highlights power sector milestones, restates commitments. Enugu State Government seeks accelerated power transmission project delivery. TCN maintenance crew replaces faulty circuit breaker in Oshobo. We'll wrap this edition with a report about TCN embracing Scrabble in its staff mental capacity building. Let's take the reports in full. The Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, has re-echoed the key milestones in the power sector, just as he restates the commitments of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government to improving all indices. The minister made this statement while presenting a scorecard of the sector so far during a ministerial press briefing in Abuja.
Chief Adebayo Adelabu, while addressing the press, stated that there are 8 priorities for the president, of which the power sector is one of them.
There are 8 priorities of Mr. President, of which power plays major roles, and a number of targets have been set for the Ministry of Power to support Mr. President in achieving these 8 priorities. I will not go into details because of time, but they are all things that we are conversant with in terms of developing the policy, in terms of enabling legislation, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of investment, in terms of liquidity control, in terms of improving our generation, stabilizing our transmission, and making our distribution to be more efficient and effective. All those are listed in those targets set for the power ministry.
Shortly before reading out the milestones, the Minister of Power noted that there are also priority areas to which the milestones for the Ministry of Power and its agencies is being assessed.
I have basically 9 areas under which we need to measure and assess the performance of the Ministry of Power and our agencies. They are basically the enabling legislation. What have we achieved in this area, which is the legal platform upon which can build any reform to transformation. Then policy and regulatory reform. What have we achieved? Liquidity squeeze and the debt overhang that we have in the sector. What steps have we taken to resolve this? Infrastructure, state of infrastructure. How have we been able to revamp this, upgrade or enhance for a more stable power supply? What are efforts in generation? What have we achieved to date? In transmission, how far have we stabilized the transmission grid? How far have we expanded the transmission network? Then distribution, how have we turned it around from the docile sub-segment that it was to a more active, a more responsive, and a more reliable segment of the power sector value chain.
He commended the President for the Electricity Act, which is fostering liberalization of the power sector value chain. The minister, while responding to questions from pressmen, further revealed the critical actions to stabilize the national grid to minimize grid collapse.
The second question here has to do with the disturbance or the collapse of the national grid that we have witnessed a couple of times this year. You can see that in the last 2 months now, we've not seen anything like that because we are also on top of it and we are trying our best to ensure that we minimize the occurrence of this grid collapse. But like you said, the permanent solution to grid collapse is to have an automated control of the frequency of the grid and the voltage. There is an application that is used for that, which is called SCADA. We have been implementing this thing in the last 10 to 12 years. We could not finish in this country. But just last year, we got intervention from the World Bank. And the World Bank and the Transmission Company of Nigeria, the NDCL, they gave us 24 months, which is 2 years, for us to include the implementation of SCADA. And I believe that once World Bank is involved, we are going to achieve that.
Chief Adelabu then lauded the ingenuity of TCN engineers for adopting critical software, including the Internet of Things, to improve the transmission system performance.
What they use now is a locally developed IoT, which is Internet of Things, whereby we are only able to see a portion of the generation and transmission locations, while others are not on the network. But with SCADA, 100% of locations are going to be on the network.
While assuring that more milestones will be delivered by President Tinubu's government, the minister said power generation has also significantly improved.
So, for infrastructure, I believe we have performed beyond expectation, and that is just the beginning. We are still counting. Generation capacity. Let me say that 5,000 megawatts of power was achieved in May 2024. For the first time in 3 years, exactly 3rd of May 2024, we generated, transmitted, and distributed 5,003.45 megawatts of power. When we have been generating below 4,000. We all know what we passed through in February and March. But we rose to the occasion and we made sure we changed the situation for the better. Our target is to achieve 6,000 megawatts before the end of this year. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, and to happen, inshallah.
The management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria (TCN) is poised to sustain its collaborations with all stakeholders. To this end, it has received a delegation from the Enugu State Government. During the meeting, which was held at the TCN headquarters in Abuja, the participants deliberated on expediting the executions of the Ugwaji, Nenwe, Mpu power transmission line projects in the state.
Speaking on the objective of the meeting, the Managing Director of Enugu State Electrification Agency, Engineer Christopher Ezoha, who represented the Enugu State Governor at the meeting, noted the keen interest of the state officials towards bringing the project to fruition.
The meeting is actually quite interesting. The extent we've gotten, I think there's a way forward. But I want to appeal now that whatever report, technical report and status report that has to be done must be given a state of urgency. Because if it is possible, let's see if by next week we'll be dashing into the Senate for presentation. Take it for granted also that His Excellency is highly interested in this matter.
The senator representing Enugu West Senatorial District, Senator Osita Ungu, said the state is keen on ensuring that the Ugwaji Nenwe Mpo power transmission line project is delivered.
My interest is for us to have this project delivered. You cannot commit funds to a project and leave it open-ended. So it's to everybody's advantage. The state is interested, the states want to partner, the states want to get involved to see that these projects are completed.
He urged the contractors handling the project to expedite action on it based on the assurance from TCN.
I'm a bit impressed with the commitment that I'm hearing, and when you see people who are willing to really make projects move forward, you will be happy with that. And the challenges from Metro down of funding, which is also what the MD continued to talk about. So nobody is actually throwing it under the carpet that there are genuine funding challenges. And nobody is also going to throw under the carpet that there are supposed to be variations, considering the period that this has taken. I have been in projects, so I know how these things work. But the way forward is what everybody needs to now work on. We may not agree on that today, but I'm going to beg TCN to take the lead going forward so that I can have what I'm going, because I say, well, I want to chase this now. If I have a paper showing me a roadmap that if this kind of money is gotten into the system, this is what has to be used. I will make a motion, and I know how I'm going to chase it. I'm the minority whip of the Senate. I'm a principal officer. So we know how to chase this kind of things.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, urged the lawmaker to support the power sector by making laws that will promote liquidity for the sector.
So, sir, what we need is your support and funding. This is just what I want to say.
The General Manager Engineering at TCN, Engineer Shehu Abba Aliyu, said TCN was committed to ensuring that such critical projects are completed, noting that TCN would need the state government to support in the best way it can.
And that is the reason why we are here, with the aim of identifying the problems, requirements, and how it can be overcome. So I would like to quickly inform us that this project have been awarded for a very long time, and due to lack of funding, consistently, this is what led to this long delay, and maybe issues of compensation affecting others, and some request for variation, the price adjustment.
The power circuit continues in a moment.
Just count all the blocks, eh?
Sir, we are Transmission Company of Nigerian Linesmen, and we just observed that you're about to erect a structure here.
You're very observant. Yes, I'm trying to put up a shopping mall of 200 shops that will serve this neighborhood. And I'm very excited about the project.
But sir, have you observed that it is under high tension transmission lines? It could snap, drop on the shopping mall and electrocute everyone inside it. Moreover, sir, these lines emit electromagnetic waves that are harmful to the health of human beings.
Really? This could cause so much harm?
Absolutely, sir. Imagine if there's a fire outbreak in the mall. It could destroy the transmission lines, causing outage to many states in the country. Erecting a structure under high-tension transmission lines will not help government efforts to grow our power supply and grow our economy. Be part of growth. Do not destroy electricity power installations. Little vigilance and concern on our part is necessary to protect transmission infrastructure nationwide. Be vigilant.
This message is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
Delivering quality services matters, but delivering that service in a timely and appropriate manner is of great importance. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has demonstrated this by proactively replacing a circuit breaker protecting the Osogbo-Ile-Ife to Ondo 132 kV transmission line between Osun and Ondo states.
This is the process of removing a defected circuit breaker at 132 33 kV section of the Osogbo transmission substation in Osun State. Popula Adeyemi, an officer 1 of the Protection, Control and Metering Department at TCN, speaks on the procedure.
I welcome you to Osogbo 132 kV transmission station. We are here presently today to replace the defective 132 kV line breaker on Osogbo-Ife-Ilesa 132 kV line. So as you can see, everybody working here, we are trying to remove the defective one from the plinth, from the support structure, and position new one. You can see the interrupter, the new one here, and the mechanism right here behind us. So we are trying to replace it.
The power engineering expert also harped on the benefits of performing the proactive exercise on the 132 kV power transmission line.
The benefit of this is just that we have this line. It's very crucial to transmission subvision. Why? This circuit breaker you are seeing, it feeds 132 kV station, 3 stations. As you see the line like this line goes to 132 kV station, it goes to Ilesa 132 kV station, and also by extension from Ondo, from Ife, we have another line that radiates to Ondo. So as we have this circuit breaker here now, it goes to 132 kV transmitter, as I said earlier.
For the completion of the maintenance and power equipment replacement exercise, there are various technical departments of TCN working on various components of the task.
So after we finish the commissioning and we place the new one, the conductor will be connected back by the line maintenance section. The circuit breaker itself will be assembled and installed by the electrical maintenance department, while the protection aspect of the work will be done by the PCNM. We do the wiring of the new breaker, testing of the breaker, and also carried out protection trip test. This one will certify that the circuit breaker is available for working.
One of the best ways to learn is by continually engaging in mental challenges. This is where the game of Scrabble comes in handy. The management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN is open to adopting any innovative measure that could complement its efforts in boosting the mental capacity of staff members. It is on this basis that it received the Nigerian Scrabble Federation team with gusto.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, who was represented by the Executive Director, Human Resources and Corporate Services, Mrs. Abiodun Afolabi, warmly appreciated the visitors.
On behalf of MDC of TCN, I welcome you to TCN. This is the HR management team of TCN. So they are here to welcome you, to deliberate with you what you want from TCN, and what you can do for TCN. So we want to listen to what you can do for TCN. You are welcome.
In his remarks, the President of the Nigerian Scrabble Federation, Mr. Olubatoke Aka, said the team was at TCN to recommend that the company integrates Scrabble into its staff capacity enhancing activities.
I also bring greetings from our grand patron, who happens to be the current Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. He's an avid lover of this game. What drew us closer to TCN is our technical director, because we have seen how articulate he is in the way he does his job. And we had to wonder his own background also. And upon asking, he told us where he works. And we did ask him, do you people play interdepartmental Scrabble in your office? He said, no. We said, oh, we are going to come and suggest that to the corporation. That is one of the things you should be doing. Our relationship is we would like you to inculcate Scrabble within your organization, maybe in a team building challenge. Okay. And also, if you, the way you want to support activities outside of here as your own CSR, we will appreciate if a fraction of that can be used to help us to do better in the future.
The Scrabble Federation team also presented its Scrabble game piece to the TCM management led by the National Technical Director of the Federation, Mr. Curtis John, a staff member of the Health, Safety and Environment at TCN.
This is from I think you better come, let's present together. He has branded it. So like now, we could get some of this branded, your name, and give to schools and all of that. This is from
my person, because it's John, current director, and at the same time, the staff of TCN. It's my way of saying thank you, and also giving back to the organization. I'm here. Unfortunately, I belong also to the sports committee of TCN, and I'm here to, like he has been saying, to offer my technical acumen, to see how the sports can grow.
Thank you.
And this is the one from us, so it's the same but you need much more than this. This is a different color.
The TCM management was elated by the gesture of the Scrabble Federation, noting that it was good for improving mental capacity.
President, for your gifts and for coming. I think the game of Scrabble will be encouraged in TCN because we all know that the social media, particularly WhatsApp and Co, have destroyed the English language. By encouraging Scrabble, we are bringing English language in with all its uniqueness back into the world, because the social media has affected English all over the world. Most of our youths, even adults, can't spell correctly again, because once you type, the internet, the computer, the phone will correct your spelling. So I think Scrabble is a teacher now, teaching us spellings, especially for the adults that can't go through ABC of spelling again. So I think TCN would encourage Scrabble. It will help us in writing. It will help everybody in TCN. So I warmly welcome you, and I promise that we're going to set up a theme as our Scrabble game will be encouraged and stay in TCN.
That is it for this edition. Let's have the highlights of the reports again. We started by telling you that the Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, highlighted the power sector milestones so far as he restated his commitment towards delivering more. Enugu State Government seeks accelerated power transmission project delivery. TCN maintenance crew replaces faulty circuit breaker in Oshobo. And to wrap this edition, you heard that TCN is embracing Scrabble in its staff mental capacity building. We implore you to stick with the power circuit for expository reports on the power sector. You can view this episode and all others on the TCN YouTube channel. If you haven't connected with TCN on its social media platforms, then you can do that now as you support TCN on Facebook by liking the page Transmission Company of Nigeria. You can also follow TCN on X, formerly Twitter, via @TCN_Nigeria. Experience TCN and its activities on Instagram as you click TCN_Nigeria. Please send your observations and comments by email to affairs.public@tcn.org.ng. For more information about the company's activities, go to the interactive website www.tcn.org.ng. There is also an information site www.tcnnews.ng where TCN keeps you updated about its activities as you do your best to guard against vandalism of transmission lines, towers and substations in your locality. The management is committed to sustaining its bulk power evacuation for national development. Thank you for today. I am Amara Agugesi. Let's have another time next week.